name is Kate Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. Today is August 1st of 2017 and I'm very excited to tell you that there is one bundle available for you to purchase from our holiday catalog, which actually goes into effect on September 1st. But I know that many of you like to get a head start on making Christmas cards, and Stampin' Up! Knows that too. And so they are releasing early the Carols of Christmas bundle. Now this can be purchased in clear mount or wood mount. Now I prefer to use clear mount, but if you go to my online store, there are options to purchase the wood mount as well. It's $45. The number is 146037. And be sure that if you placed an order in July that you redeem those bonus days coupons to save you even more money on this bundle. Now this is the card we're going to make today. It is absolutely so easy. You are just going to fall off your chair. It is one of those cards that you can do assembly line. And here is the inside. Now you can use any sentiment that you wish on the inside that will coordinate with this. I chose a sentiment from another new stamp set from that holiday catalog that's going to be debuting soon, and it's the Ready for Christmas stamp set. But I'll be showing off that stamp set in future videos starting in September, so I'm going to wait with that. Right now we're just going to focus on the Carols of Christmas stamp set. So here is the stamp set and the set of card front builder Thinlits that go with it. Now there's quite a few missing because I'm going to be using those on the card. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we're going to need is our card base. This is thick, very vanilla. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I'm just going to use my bone folder, and we're going to press that score line down so that the card will lie flat for us while we work with it. We're going to go ahead and do our inside first, get that done because it's very, very easy stamping. This is 1/2 inch by 4 inches, and believe it or not, instead of using a Christmas paper, I'm actually using the Coffee Break Designer Series paper in this card because this paper right here is garden green, which is a Christmas color, of course, and I just love those little tiny hearts on there. I just thought it went really, really well with the sentiment of this card, which is Peace on Earth. And so, of course, you can do that as well. You can use any garden green color from designer paper that you want to recreate the card. And so I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to glue this little tiny piece of garden green coffee break paper right into our card, right at the bottom here. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment. So I'm going to bring in my stamp mat just because I am going to be stamping with a photopolymer on the inside. Again, this is from a stamp set that will be debuting on September 1st. And again, just for those of you that want the reference, this is the Ready for Christmas sentiment out of that stamp set. And now for the outside panel of the card, let's go ahead and work on that. Again, I have that Coffee Break Designer Series paper with the garden green and the little tiny white hearts. This is cut at 2 3/4 by 4 inches. And I'm going to take my multi-purpose liquid glue and we're just going to set that down right here so that all 3 borders are nice and even. Then we have a little work to do on the Big Shot machine once we get a little more stamping done here. So we stamp our sentiment, and again I'm going to bring in the basic black archival ink. And let me go ahead and ink that up, and then we'll just stamp that right in the middle. Peace on Earth. Perfect. All right. And then we have just a little scrap of paper. We're going to ink that up with a deer, again using the basic black archival ink, and we have our deer. All right, so how does that all go onto the Big Shot pieces here? So let me show you. I already did this in advance. I ran it through the Big Shot, but what I did is I use my magnetic platform, then I have my cut plate, and then I took all the pieces that I wanted that I'll be using on my cards. So I have this little Christmas tree here, and here is another one, and that is from the new Card Builder Front Thinlits. Then I did use our circle framelits, and I used the largest of the scallop. You get 8 straight and 8 scallop, and I used the largest scallop to make my black scallop. And again, this is just all using little pieces of scrap paper here. Here's our piece on earth, and for that one I used the stitched shape framelits, and we'll be gluing that onto there. And then for the deer, you can see that I did have to use a little post-it note here, just because if I had not, our little deer would have kind of skipped around on the Big Shot platform, and then it would have been hard to cut him out nice and perfect. And so sometimes you do have to use a post-it note even with the magnetic platform. So I'm going to set this aside, and we're just going to go ahead and assemble the rest of this card. So to do that, I'm going to, again, use some multi-purpose liquid glue. And I feel pretty confident doing that, knowing I won't get glue lines through on this Very Vanilla, because it is our thick Very Vanilla. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting the trees down, making sure that they are growing upward in a straight line. And here is the little bit taller tree. And that one is going to go over here, and I'm also putting that pretty close to the top of the card. This will be covered with our circle, so I don't need to worry about that showing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a 1/2 inch by 4 inch strip of our gold glimmer paper, and again, using a little multi-purpose liquid glue on the back, we're just going to cover up that little section right there so that you don't see the edges of those trees. So we'll set that in, give that a nice press, and let that dry a little bit so that holds well. Then I have a Pick a Pattern washi tape. So we're going to take the very skinniest one here that has the little white stripes running through black, and I'm going to line this up so that this edge is even with this edge, and it's right below that gold glimmer piece. Then I'll bring it all the way over and press it in. And then I can take my scissors and just trim that even with the edge, like so. That just adds a little extra touch, because there are some black images here, just little tiny hints of black, and that just kind of carries the theme for us. So now I have my scallop circle, and we'll grab that piece on earth, which kind of flew away over here. All right, and again, this time I'm going to take some snail, because again, the glue lines could possibly show up, being I used the lighter weight Very Vanilla for my sentiment. So we'll set this in so all the edges are nice and even, just a tiny little bit of scallop peeking out behind that piece on earth. Then we'll go ahead and we'll add some dimensionals to the back. And as you can see, I did 5 dimensionals. I'm just going to flip this over. I'm going to have a little peak of gold glimmer showing through on the right. I'm going to get it so that the on kind of lines up with that black washi tape that we used from the Pick a Pattern washi tape. And then I'm just going to press it down, and our card is done. Now that little tiny deer that we cut out, we're going to just accent that on the inside. It's going to take the tiniest bit of glue here on the back, and we'll set this deer right here. There we go. All done. So here is the card we've just done, and here is the card I had done in advance. Thank you so much for joining me today. Here is that information again about the Carols of Christmas Clearmount bundle, available today, August 1st, through the end of August as an early purchase from our Holiday 2017 catalog. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.